Hello, welcome to Recapping with Delora
and Ashley.
Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Recapping Podcast.
Also, comment, rate, and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. We're on all the things.
We would love to hear your ratings of the movies and shows we review.
Email us your audio file to recappingpodcast@gmail.com and we will play it during the show.
Or DM us on Instagram and we will post and read it on air.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you. Hey, Ashley.
Well, hello. Back on the mic yet again. How are you, Delora?
I'm doing well. A lot is going on in the world, but I myself am well. How about you?
Agreed. You know, we pray before every episode, and I said, just give me peace, health, and happiness. That's all I'm looking for right now. So let's keep this energy going as we're about to close out 2022. Time is going so fast.
I know. All right. So this week for quick headlines and hot topics, we're going to start off on a very somber note, but we're going to end happy. So hold on, folks, okay? Quick headlines. Starting off, I'm looking at NBC News. It is coverage of the murder of rapper Takeoff. So in this article, it talks about Takeoff, whose real name is Kirsnick Kyrie Ball. He's 1/3 of the Grammy Award nominated rap trio Migos with his uncle Quavo and cousin Offset. He's from Atlanta. On Tuesday, the 28-year-old rapper was killed at 2:30 a.m. They said gunfire was erupted outside a bowling alley following a private party. There's a lot to be found out about this incident. Investigators with the Houston police are interviewing 40 people who attended the party to get some questions answered. They said at least 2 people discharged firearms, and they go as far as to identifying the primary cause of death, which I'm not going to go into right now, but this was some shocking news, Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
I was literally, they always say, start your day off with you. First hour belongs to you. But me, like every red-blooded American, was doing my morning doom scroll on Instagram. And when I saw this news, I literally was like, what the fuck is this? Stun.
Yeah.
Stun. Ashley, how did you process this news?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely stunning. I woke up once and had gotten a news alert about the fact that Quavo and Takeoff had been somewhere where a shooting had occurred, right? That's what I first woke up to. And I was like, oh, okay. Thankfully, it sounds like everything's okay, whatever. Mm-hmm. Went back to sleep. Woke up. Then it was, oh, Takeoff has died. And I was like, what? I thought I just read that they were seemingly good, that they were at a party or at a place where something had occurred. So that just made it a little even more shocking because I thought that everything was fine. So it's just another senseless, tragic
gun violence, yes,
death that just came out of nowhere and obviously affects the hip hop community in particular. What I'm very thankful for in this case is that I didn't go too far down the Instagram rabbit hole in this one, because I've heard that there's footage and I don't want to see that. Like PNB Rock, when he got shot, I wasn't even looking for anything whatsoever. Yeah. And unfortunately saw that footage. I don't want to see this. So for anybody who has it out there, please take it down, do whatever you need to do, because no one's trying to see that. That is traumatic for everybody, most especially his loved ones, right? So it's very sad. I didn't, of the three of them, Takeoff is the one I knew the least about.
Yeah, same.
It always seemed like he kind of stayed out of the way, did his own thing. He was the youngest that I'm, now seeing. So it's tragic. 28 years old, bystander from what reports are saying.
Yes.
Tragic.
So tragic. I have seen online the conversation of within the Black community, especially this tweet that's been going around simply stating Black men deserve to grow old.
Yeah.
And this has a lot to do with all these young rappers getting shot and killed over some of the stupidest stuff. Mm-hmm. But then even the ones for us, quote unquote, OGs from the early 90s and 80s, they're dying from health issues. Like, can we make it to 60s? Like, this is rough, Ashley.
And unfortunately, when it comes to health, I mean, that's even generational. I've had, some of my older uncles who are Black men who died at ages because they did not even expect to get to those ages, right? They were one of my uncles in particular was like, if I had known I would have even lived this long, I would have taken better care of myself.
Whoa.
So, stuff like that is generational. It's a product of a lot of various things, environmental, familial, general attitudes it seems like we have in society towards our lives and our health and well-being. So it's just always, it's every single time it's tragic, but I don't want to become desensitized to it. You know what I mean? Where it's just something you see and then you keep moving. Like, I think it's important to take the minute and be like, this is out of hand.
So in efforts to understand, or how should I phrase it, celebrate what he has done in his 28 years, what's your favorite Migos song?
Probably still Bad and Bougie. I mean, like, I'm not somebody who can go into the deep cuts. I have some friends who were huge fans who I know are probably, blasting that music since this occurred. But I mean, some of the great singles that, you can just kind of vibe and party out to, which was the point of some of that music. So,
yes, mine is pretty ratchet. It's Fight Night. Very violent.
Fight Night is a good one, though.
Right. Okay. Anyway,
it just puts you in a certain mood, certain place.
Yes.
Let's, give me some whiskey, put a drink in my hand. And let's have a good time.
Let me do a shoulder shimmy.
But it's beautiful that the music will live on no matter what. For all of these folks, the music will live on.
Well said. All right, Ashley, let's go ahead and get into our second quick headline. I am looking at Forbes. So in the realm of random news, why is Henry Cavill leaving The Witcher?
I don't know.
This is the title of this article. Ashley, literally over the weekend, it was announced that Superman Bay Witcher is leaving the show and he's being replaced by Liam Hemsworth. Let's talk about that first, okay? It's unclear on why he's leaving. Outside of him reprising his role as Superman, everyone's suggesting that's what it is. But in this article, it talks about that they suspect that he wasn't happy with the direction of the show. And so he was like, hey, let me just be Spider-Man again. And apparently The Rock played a role in this conversation because with him being Black Adam and trying to build up this whole DC universe, part of our last conversation with, DC trying to rehab their image. And unfortunately, spoiler alert, apparently Henry shows up at the end of Black Adam.
That's what I was that's what I was most upset about when this news broke. I was like, you motherfuckers, I haven't got to see the movie yet. Okay.
And they brought it up again in this article. So that's the speculation because we really don't have any real hard, concrete evidence, but he loved The Witcher. He loved the show, he loved the books, and so he was, the games. He was excited to be a part of it. So for him to, you know, be willing to walk away from it, people are making the assumption that he was dissatisfied with the direction. Let's talk about this replacement, though. Liam Hemsworth. You think he can do it?
Gale from the Hunger Games. I don't know. I watched the first season of The Witcher. I did not watch the second season of The Witcher.
Not as good as the first.
But it's still weird to me. The fact that we still don't have a definitive answer of such a... Anytime a main cast member of something leaves something, it's never the same, let alone the main character.
The character. It's almost like, why didn't Netflix cancel it?
Exactly. They just canceled Fate the Wink saga, which I had watched those 2 seasons. Yes. So, in this case, if Henry didn't want to do this no more, let it go. I agree with you.
Renewed the Sandman, which I thought that was on shaky ground, like the fairy show too.
That's interesting, because just yesterday I thought I had read that they had not renewed the Sandman yet, so they have now renewed it.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Because it did really well, but I guess the creator or whatever was like, but it was a lot of money. So doing well doesn't guarantee me a second season.
It does not. So yeah.
I'm sorry, real quick though, to answer your question. I think Liam could do it? Liam's an actor. So what I try to not do anymore is to get ahead of the possibility of this person showing you a different side of themselves. Not to say that Liam hasn't already done action and all that stuff, but it's going to be harder because you're coming into an already established role and character behind someone of Henry Cavill's like physical prowess and all of that, right? And portraying this character. So are you going to start looking like your brother? You going to bulk up to Chris's Thor body and do
guess what? He got the cheat codes. He got the cheat codes.
He does.
The diets, the trainers, the genes.
He got his brother to help him whenever he needs it. But usually Liam is a little more slim, trim, pretty.
He is.
Than Chris. So we'll see. But I'm never anymore, because I've done this in the past and been wrong. Try to say what an actor can and can't do before they hop into a role. I'll give it a chance first.
Yeah, I am on the same page. Is this ideal in my brain? No, it's not. However, I'm not going to count him out just yet. He might come in and we might be obsessed with him. You never know.
Just might.
He could do that body transformation. He may bring elements to the main character that even Henry wasn't able to do, because love Henry, but is he like the best actor ever? No. I didn't mean to say it like that. I'm sorry, Henry. Sorry. But that body yada yada says a lot for him. You know what I mean?
No, but I'm laughing because I know exactly what you mean. There's certain people who you cannot imagine getting replaced in a title role because they are that person now. Like if Robert Downey Jr. had been replaced as Iron Man after 2 movies, scrap it. Like he was Tony Stark. He was Tony Stark at that point.
And what I will also say, Ashley, in terms of season 2, he didn't take any baths, which I didn't appreciate. So I'm joking, because that was all anyone talked about from season 1. So anyway,
but he didn't take baths.
No. The bath scene was very popular in season 1 because of the chest. Like,
what?
Because of the body, yada yada.
It's been too many projects ago. I don't even remember this chatter whatsoever.
Very interesting news, Ashley. I was not expecting to get this at all. And, should be interesting. Again, in the realm of random news, but the most delightful news at the same damn time, I am looking at NPR. Martin Luther King Jr. paid the bill for Julia Roberts' birth. Here's the backstory. Ashley, I was on Twitter literally, I think it was a week or 2 ago, and there was rumblings going on talking about Julia Roberts, because as we all know, she has that new movie out with George Clooney. And somebody was like, "Oh, I love my unproblematic queen. Even Dr. King paid for her hospital bills." And I was like, Twitter that's the one thing I love about Twitter. They'll make a joke on something the most, random, outlandish thing you'll ever hear.
And it's a fact.
And the fact that this is real, I text you. First of all, you didn't text me back after my mind was completely blown when I had hard proof evidence.
I'm so sorry. It's one of those I responded in my head.
But seriously, it took me watching her interview with Miss Gayle King for her to confirm it. So her parents owned an acting school. And to give more context, Julia Roberts is 55 years old as of October 28th. So her parents ran an acting school, and her parents allowed the king's daughter to participate and act along the white children. They received a lot of hate from the Klan and a lot of persecution because, intermingling Black and white people were not a thing that was done in that time. And she said that her family, it's called the Actors and Writers Workshop, suffer financially. And so when she was born, she couldn't afford it. And the King family paid for her birth. This is actually quite heartwarming for me, because I'm just like, wow. Ashley, I need to know your thoughts.
How, in the love of Julia Roberts, am I just now hearing this story? It's really all that I'm thinking about. Like, I have been down with Julia Roberts my whole life.
Entire life, because she's always been there. Me
and my mom still watch Pretty Woman.
Smile. Yeah.
At least once a year. I've seen nearly every Julia Roberts project that exists. I feel like I know quite a bit about her. And yet, as a Black person, this story has somehow eluded me. It's fascinating. This connection that never would have imagined could have possibly been the case. And it just speaks to, obviously, the type of parents that she had, which they sound great, and makes me even more, think highly of the Kings. I mean, especially in times of such severe persecution, segregation, all of that, to still be so benevolent towards your neighbors, whether they are white, Black, or anything else, who have, been kind to you as well. I mean, not that I would think anything less of them, but they went above and beyond, obviously.
Exactly. The whole idea of being judged by the content
of your character,
of your character, and not by the color of skin. To your point, it is just a circle of kindness. It's, the Roberts showing kindness to their daughters, to the King's daughter, and the Kings themselves are like, well, we appreciate you taking care of our daughter, and I see you're having a hard time. Let us help you out. And so beautiful. And again, the Julia Roberts, I have watched literally probably 90% of her catalog easily. Easily. I haven't gone around to Mystic Pizza, but
I've seen all those early ones, especially when she was still getting a feel for things, Sleeping with the Enemy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Anytime I see somebody with too organized of a pantry, I'm like, oh my God, flashbacks to this psycho of a husband.
So I had to put that in our quick headlines. All right, let's get into our hot topics for the week. Rihanna, Riri, Robin, Fenty. She has been in these headlines for literally this whole month, feels like.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not stopping now, because she has finally dropped new music. As I hinted at the last quick headlines and hot topics, she did indeed drop a song connected to the highly anticipated and emotional Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever. Lift Me Up debuted on Friday. It's the first solo single since 2016's Love on the Brain. I'm looking at Vulture. It says the song taps into the painful circumstances of the upcoming film. Chadwick Boseman, the brilliant actor who embodied Marvel's Warrior King T'Challa in the 2018 blockbuster Black Panther. What are your initial thoughts on the song? Do you like it? Is it on your playlist? Are you going to be bawling at the end of the movie like I am when this comes on? I know I'm going to have so many tears. I need to be hydrated when I watch this movie, by the way. I really do.
I've got to make it to see this opening weekend. Wedding,
Period.
family wedding, be damned. I've got to get into this theater.
Don't hear this.
Listen, it's all love. I'm going to make it to the wedding, but I'm also going to go. I've already found the theater within 8 minutes of where we're staying so that I can go see this movie. I'm serious. But I love this song. It's too short, but I love this song. I don't think I remembered how much emotion Rihanna conveys through her tone and through her voice. And hearing this song, I was like, this was a perfect choice because I can feel the soul and the pain. Yes. And I can't wait to see. It makes me even more excited if I can get any more excited to see this movie. So thank you for wetting my palate, Rihanna, both for you and for Black Panther. That sounded weird. Wet my palate for new music for Rihanna and for the movie.
So when I heard this song, I immediately thought, oh, this is a hug. Like, this is meant to wrap around you and sway you back and forth to help soothe you, because some stuff is about to go down in this movie.
Some stuff has already gone down. We already know some stuff's gone down.
Well, exactly. What I'm trying to say is we're going into this movie and we know that this country, this universe is mourning the death of their hero, and they're literally picking up the pieces with incoming external threats and things along those lines. So when I heard the song and I heard the simplicity of its lyrics, I was like, yeah, this is meant to soothe like a lullaby. But those were my initial reactions to the song.
Yeah, but the soundtrack is going to be amazing, though.
I agree. I agree. The last one was somebody on social media, as always. They had the video of all the stars with SZA, and they were like, life shifted after this song dropped. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds right. And I feel like the soundtrack is not going to disappoint either. So the final thing I'm going to say about this is I know the intentions behind the song, but it did not keep me from laughing my behind off watching people try to dance to it, because they were like, Rihanna's first song in like 6 years. And, you know, she's known for the bops. Let us not forget. And them trying to dance to it. Oh, that tickled me. Yeah,
I just saw the one of the white dude crying while he was dancing. That's the only one I've seen. But y'all, this is not an album track. Y'all are going to get all your dance cuts. This is in honor of T'Challa. So
And in that speculation, there has been rumors that she may come out with some reggae music. So can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Take them back. Take them back. Pon de replay.
All right, let's get into our final hot topic. Halloween was on Monday, Ashley. How was your holiday?
It was quiet on the day of, but I felt so bad because I had gotten, my little stuff out of the way, gone to some attractions, things like that. And I was thinking, oh, in my community, kids ain't really going to be out like that. I drove through. There were so many kids out in my neighborhood. And I saw some of them going up to the houses with the lights off. And I'm like, oh, that's about to be me. I don't have anything for y'all. I'm so sorry. So I felt negligent. So next year I'm coming with the big guns. I'm gonna be sitting outside. I'm gonna have all the good candy for the kids. And I'm really gonna step up for some trick or treating because I felt really bad this year. How was you guys's?
It was great. So we only technically have 2 hours in our suburb. And what we try to do is do the trick or treat for an hour and then come back to pass out candy for the last hour, usually for larger kids. We only got a chance to pass out candy to 3 kids.
Oh,
But that was because we were out and about. We actually ran into Amara's friend from her school and her family, and we ultimately just all walked together the streets. And I was like, oh my goodness, we live in a quintessential the quintessential American suburb where the different colors and the kids running in the street. I was like, I guess that's what I'm paying for. No. But I was so disappointed we didn't get a chance to pass out more candy because David is adamant about passing out full-size chocolate bars.
He's a good man.
These children.
He's a good man. I respect that. My hairdresser told me she gave out pretzels and Pop-Tarts. I'm like, ma'am.
Oh my goodness.
But then she said that was on top of the candy. So I was like, oh, okay. Because I was about to say, if all you was giving out on Halloween was Pop-Tarts and pretzels, I would have been trying to egg your house if I was a kid. Like I would have been pissed. Like, don't go to that lady house. But no, my mom had none. She had no kids. So she
neither
took
did my mom too, right?
She took all the candy to work. I was like, how dare you? I'll be back for Thanksgiving. You could have saved it. I'll be eating it.
We have a lot of candy. Did you dress up?
So that was my biggest fail. I told y'all on the mic I was gonna be doing this Janet Jackson velvet rope look. I did the little fake septum. I had my hair out. I wore this t-shirt. Did I take a picture? I did not, because I just don't be thinking about it.
It's the first thing you do, Ashley.
Girl, I don't know what, like me and pictures. I'm trying to do better, y'all. I do this so often. I'll go on a trip. I'll do things. I'm like, dang, I really didn't take too many pictures because I'm just trying to like experience it or be in the moment, or I'm looking at other things, paying attention to other things. I just don't even think about it. So fail on my part because I'm sad. I don't have a memory of it.
Did it happen? That's my question.
If it's not on Instagram, did it really happen? And then I saw Sky Jackson do the multiple Janet tributes, and I was like, I could have Janet, I'm sorry. I love you. It happened. I'm gonna have to do it again just to prove it. Because next year I'm supposed to be doing Aaliyah. So we'll see if my hair is still red. Because I haven't done Aaliyah yet. I have not done.
You have.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I have not done Aaliyah yet. And I got to do it before I get too old. Exactly. Aaliyah was 22 when she passed. I got to do this before I get too old. I can't be walking around trying to be Aaliyah.
You can still pass, I promise. I'll let you know otherwise. I'll be that friend.
I appreciate that. Janet, I can still do some different eras of Janet as we keep going. So Janet, I still got you. I love you. It happened. I promise.
Oh my goodness. So I did the bare minimum because I'm still, I grew up with Hallelujah Night. You know what I mean? Like the idea of dressing up, still figuring that thing out. David, however, did not have a problem dressing up as kids. And so this
Full
is his...
Spider-Man. Full. Loved it.
So
commitment.
David and Amara were Spidey and his friends, which is a Disney show, and it has Ghost Spider, which is the girl spider.
Gwen Stacy.
Yes, and Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and then Peter Parker. And Amara loves, Ghost Spider. So, and I love that about her. Like, nothing wrong with princesses, but she doesn't need to be one. She's like, I want my webs to shoot out my hand, and I want to do cool poses. So when we were walking around, again, last year there were barely any children. This year, I was like, I didn't know our neighborhood had so many children.
Well, probably people are getting back more comfortable with their kids getting stuff from people's houses.
That's very true. That because last year was the first year after the pandemic. That's very true. When I tell you, while we were walking, and I had to guide them because he could barely look at them. The amount of times I heard children say, Spider-Man? Oh, Spider-Man? I was like, yo, these kids are shook.
Tell Dave he needs to wear that to the children's hospital, okay? Right. Make their day. Make their day, Dave.
Oh, the cutest thing of it all is the fact that he was wearing Best Dad Ever shirt underneath it. Because I'm like, yes, I appreciate your commitment. So let's talk about celebrities and their Halloween costumes. What are some honorable mentions for you, Ashley?
Oh boy, I wasn't ready for honorable mentions. There's too many. There's so many great things. I've already mentioned Sky Jackson with the Janet Jackson, Janelle Monáe doing the diva from Fifth Element, which is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Same. Chris Rock's character was everything.
I have to give it to
Chris Tucker. Sorry.
I have to give it to Kim Kardashian with the Mystique look. That was. I'm sorry. Yes, I do.
I am giving it to Janelle Monáe because she's coming for that Queen of Halloween.
But I'm giving to multiple. You said honorable mentions.
I know,
it's multiple. Well, I guess, do you want me to say Sweetie instead? Because she did Mystique as well.
No,
I'll do a split.
She did Mystique 2020 though.
Oh, it wasn't this year. They just did a side by side. We were waiting for
her this year, and I don't know what she ultimately came as, but you had Lori Harvey coming for that crown because what made Sweetie's Halloween so epic, she did the Destiny's Child ones in the past, Bootylicious, and this year Lori Harvey did
Me, Myself, and I.
Me, Myself, and I. Kitty Cat. She did what's the one from Pink Panther?
Oh yeah, Check on It.
Check on It. She did all of them. Keke Palmer as Black Rapunzel with the braids.
Commitment.
And then Rogue, because there was a lot of speculation stating that Keke could play Rogue from X-Men.
Yep. And that was her response. I appreciate her. I appreciate everybody who really committed, which is why my top 3/4 heavily committed.
And who is that?
Number 1, Diddy.
Speaking of Kim said he didn't even, leave character. He was in it to win it.
Exactly. This is why I love me some Diddy, because he is the ultimate showman. From the first Instagram post I saw of this man, I said, is that really Diddy? Because he was unrecognizable. Even the prosthetic, people were like, why is his neck white? And people are like, because he has prosthetics. He's that rich that he can have professionals come and outfit him.
To Forbes list after Kanye dropped off like a log.
Girl, this whole ensemble, the character, everything, Diddy did his thing as Joker. Did his thing. Also in my top, Winnie Harlow. I'm not a Michael Jackson fan, but that Iman MJ compilation.
I have her on my list too.
Winnie Harlow has been in my heart heavy ever since she helped my girl win Making the Cut season 2. So you just, you winning, Winnie, you winning out here. Heidi Klum, the Queen of Halloween.
She's on my list.
To be a worm, Delora, to commit the claustrophobia alone that I felt seeing her in that suit, I can't imagine being in it.
We need a moment for Heidi Klum's costume because she's on my list too. But it's not for the fact that I enjoy her costume. It's the fact that I find it the most terrifying out of everyone's.
It's like Human Centipede.
Horrifying as that worm, like her face, those eyes, and the fact that she has the bad bitch body underneath is killing me.
She's a supermodel, baby.
Me. She's like,
supermodel.
I know I look like a pesticide. But what I'm going to do underneath here is give you body yada yada with some glitter.
Heidi Klum is the queen of Halloween for a reason because of the commitment every single year that she makes to go full fucking out for these costumes. And this year, no exception. To me,
no exception. One
of the most magnificent, just for the fact that you're committing to being a worm.
Again, the claustrophobia is definitely a major factor for me. But the fact that she was like literally laying on the ground during the press junket
and was picked up,
lying around,
dancing
with Questlove,
fell down and kept being interviewed, guys. Like Heidi Klum's commitment is unmatched in the Halloween department. Mariah, if Mariah is the queen of Christmas, Heidi's the queen of Halloween at this point.
I just want to say Janelle's coming for that because the way she dressed up as the Grinch that one year and then Jekyll and Hyde, and she had 2 costumes this year as the diva and the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland.
I saw the white rabbit. The white rabbit was fantastic.
And don't get me wrong, Heidi's been doing it longer and Heidi has this popular party that goes with hers. But I just want to give Janelle her props because I am always super impressed with her looks for the Halloween.
There's so many fantastic celebrity moments now because of social media with Halloween.
Yes.
It makes it so exciting. And where's our budget, Delora? Because I'm ready.
Exactly. I did decide that this is my final year for doing the bare minimum. I didn't finish stating what I was going to do. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I literally had fox ears and black lipstick and I wore black all day. But the last thing I was going to say about Heidi is this. I love that she's not afraid to get ugly, right?
Oh, yeah.
She's been an old lady. She's been all of these characters, this one being the worst in terms of the ugliest of them all. But yeah, not afraid to go there for sure.
My last and not least, Ariana Grande and Liz Gillies with this whole reenactment sketch.
They're funny. That was funny.
Best in show film, which I've never even seen the film, and now I have to watch the film.
1000%. 1000%. I appreciate the random costumes. I really do. Especially of memes or moments that happen and people decide to just dress up as them.
When Ariana Grande portrayed Eugene Levy, who we love Eugene Levy on this podcast. And he, I guess, apparently had literally been born with 2 left feet and therefore had to learn how to walk and even more impressively dance. I about fell out my fucking chair. Like, I don't know how they got through this with a straight face. I don't know how they made it through doing this together.
Actors.
But it's still fucking hilarious.
It was perfect. It was perfect.
It's the commitment for me. Like I said, there were so many fantastic celebrity costumes this year, but it's the extra layer of commitment that I feel like these top folks had that puts them over the top for me.
The other costumes I wanted to mention, the cast of Riverdale dressing up as the Sanderson sisters.
Yep.
Super, super cute, adorable. Kerry Washington dressing up as Lionel Richie was not ready for that, but it was perfect. Perfect.
I didn't even realize there was a resemblance until she dressed up as Lionel Richie.
That part. And then lastly, I love daytime television during this time of the year.
Yes.
My name is Gertrude and I am 70 years old, but I love when the host dressed up and The View being one of our favorite shows. Can we talk about Joy?
I already know who you're going to say, though, who your ultimate is. Go ahead and say it.
Sunny.
Thank you.
As Queen Charlotte.
I could have written this down and sent it to you, and I knew already what your top was going to be. Lord Jesus. All of them look fabulous for sure.
Fabulous. Sarah came with it too. I loved her as Maureen. Oh my gosh.
I was disappointed that I missed Live with Kelly and Ryan, because Live with Kelly and Ryan every single year.
I missed it too.
Kelly, even when she was still with Michael, they do a fantastic Halloween show. I was so disappointed that morning when I realized I missed it. But The View, fantastic as well.
And shout out to Taryn Hall dressed up as Ariel, Little Mermaid with the red locks. We're ready. We're ready, Halle Bailey. Okay, we're ready.
And shout out to Halle and her boo for the avatar. I thought that was super cute.
Super cute. Well, any other thoughts on Halloween?
I'm ready for a budget. That's all I got, bro. Every time I see this, I'm like, I'm ready to get my budget together so we can show up and show. And somebody throw a party for me. Not in my house, but throw a party at your house so that I can come and
Invite
be fit.
Me. Exactly.
Please, because
thank you.
I just want to have a reason to really go all out. I haven't gone all out in like 3 years, and I'm definitely ready. So any celebrity who wants to adopt me next year and dress me, I'm ready.
Oh, the other one I wanted to mention is your girl Janae and her boo, Big Sean, dressed up as Juno, playing up the pregnancy situation.
I don't know when my girl's gonna have that baby, though. I feel like she's been pregnant 11 years.
That part. That right there. All right. If there's nothing else, what are we doing next week, Ashley? Something a little special, isn't it?
Something a little special. It's been a little minute, but we're going to give y'all another In Conversation. This time with a professor, Dr. Michele Foss.
Yes. Black Girl Magic.
Professor of Rhetoric and Media at Sacramento State, and teaches, guess what? Television, of course. So we're going to get her journey. We're going to hear some highlights of some things. We're going to talk some television and get into some discussion. So stay tuned, guys. Looking forward to it.
Yay! I'm so excited for y'all to hear this conversation. It was amazing.
Amazing. In the meantime, be blessed. Stay safe in these streets, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.